different types of pizza, pretty much.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, like you don't even get the, like, it's not a privilege, but like we are the fat state in terms of we just have all the junk foods. Like we have all these companies that have like all these junk foods. I mean, a good example was or good examples are chip companies and stuff. We have a bunch out here that aren't known. Well, you have one that you know of because they obviously ship out there. Snyder's of Hanover. You had their pretzel bites or whatever. The little like, that's only an hour away from me, and that's one of the ones we're known for. But we also have all the different. Ooh, shoot! I gotta get off this exit. No, oh, there's a car, and okay, nobody's dead. But yeah, we have so many snack food companies out here that you need to experience too. Or a thing you need to experience, Sheets. You need to experience a Sheets.
Yeah.
Because you don't even know what that means, and that's sad.
Yeah, but I could say the same about stuff out here. It's
well, yeah, but I've had
if you've never had something, then you don't
know.
You don't have the urge for it.
Correct.
I've never had a real New York pizza, so I don't have the urge for it.
Correct.
I've had a fake Philly cheesesteak, so that makes me want a real one.
Correct. I know what you mean.
So it's just, I get what you're saying, though. It makes sense. So yeah, we can go on to the next question, which is, when you were younger, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Oh, that's like 25 things.
I remember...
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember when I was still playing football. Obviously, I wanted to play football, like, professionally.
Oh, yeah.
But then once I injured my knee, I was like, okay, that's never going to happen. So then I got really interested in being a cop.
Okay, yeah.
And I was interested in that for a long time. And then I don't know, decided, nah, you know what, I don't think I can do it. I want to do traffic, and cops do a lot of other stuff besides traffic, which doesn't interest me. Like calling, responding to a domestic, I don't want to do that. I want to clock the guy with radar, so
you want to be CHP?
I would want to be CHP, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you want.
But then again, CHP is the hardest to get into in California.
Yeah, I believe it.
So, I don't know.
It's because that's all they have to do.
Well, yeah.
Not, you know what I mean, though. That's not all they have to do, but it is essentially, 95% of their job.
Yeah. So, but other than that, there wasn't really too many. I mean, there, of course, are little things like that you wanted to be for a week and then forgot about. But the two main things were, playing in the NFL and then being a cop. And then now it's YouTubing.
When I was, see, that's the thing. When, like, you were really young, everybody wanted to be everything. Firefighter, police officer, all that stuff. And that's definitely, like, I could say, like, I always had those things when I was a little kid, but when I grew up and then, like, we got our first, like, computer,
right?
I knew I wanted to do something with it. Like, I knew I wanted to be in technology and around technology and the internet. The internet was, like, the biggest thing to me even when it was just, like, AOL and I was using dial-up. It was, like, I knew that I was going to spend my time with it.
Right.
Like, it's, oh my God, traffic. Nobody better pull out or they're just going to get slammed. But yeah, I just knew that,
you wanted to do something with computers.
Yeah. It was, okay, you're going to see why I did that when you watch my video.
Yeah, I guess I will.
I need to play more serious.
I've had no incidents.
Oh, I didn't have an incident.
You had a close encounter.
Oh, man.
With a third kind.
Oh, my gosh. I'm handling it pretty well, though, for how many tons it is and how fast I'm driving and how dangerous I am.
How many people you could kill, yeah.
And you know what's funny, too? Like, video, that's the thing with Oh shoot. That's the thing too with the advent of video games in my life too. That was like a secondary thing.
Yeah.
Like if the internet didn't pan out, or like I couldn't get to do something with a computer all the time, something with a video game. And of course there's a lot of people that are going to say that, but this was more towards like SNES and Sega Genesis stuff.
Right.
Like this was when video games weren't cool.
Right.
I'm sorry, but they really weren't until we got to like the PS2 and the higher generation consoles where video games
I think
were like cool.
Everything pre like PS1.
Yeah, was really, you were a geek because when you were playing.
Yeah.
Oh, don't know.
Playing the Nintendo 64 and
yeah,
blowing in the cartridge.
Yep.
Listening to cassette tapes.
Oh, that's another thing too. Holy crap! Yeah.
I know.
Oh, and then when they came out of their when the tape came out and you had to rewind
Yeah.
it back in with a pencil.
Yeah, you could do
Used
that.
pencil.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Or when
Or
your
a
tape
pinky
just messed
finger.
up.
Or a pinky finger
Yeah. Well,
when you were a kid.
that would take forever.
Oh yeah.
6 hours later, you're still rewinding the tape with your
The pencil
pinky.
was better.
Yeah, it
I
was.
would agree. The pencil was better.
Yeah. Or if
God,
you just had a cassette player that reversed.
Yeah. Well, I just can't believe that's something that kids won't even know today.
Yeah, a lot of like the younger kids now don't even know what. I mean, they've probably heard of cassette tapes, but they've never had to deal with a cassette tape.
Exactly. I mean, like a good example too, vinyl. Like I have a lot of vinyl and I'm invested in vinyl. And the reason, because it's flawed and it's old and I love that.
Right.
But at the same time, people won't even know what that is. What's a record?
Yeah.
What is a record? What's a cassette tape? What's an 8-track? Like nobody will know.
8-track.
But
VHS.
VHS.
VHS
example.
is.
Hell,
Oh my
no, they're
God.
going to get to the point where DVD.
I know, it's
You don't know what
getting
DVD
there.
is.
It's getting
the
there.
word Blu-ray is going to replace that.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get to that point where, what's a DVD?
Yeah, CDs too.
CD.
I remember
exactly.
like
What's a DVD? What's a CD? What's a tape? VHS? Like,
I remember to listen to music on the go with CDs after the cassette tape. You literally had to carry a CD player around with you. This huge fucking thing that
Yep.
if it moves too much, it would skip.
before Sony did like
Yeah.
really good anti-jog on
Yeah.
there, and everybody was like, "What the anti-jog? What's that mean?" It literally what it's called, anti-jog,
Yeah.
and it was like anti-skip.
Yeah,
so
which
the
was
CD player could
amazing.
move up and down. Oh,
Because
well,
I
yeah.
remember, like, I would ride my bike with my CD player in my backpack, and every time I would hit a bump, it would skip, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's terrible. And then the lid broke to go down, so I had to rubber band it down.
Oh man.
Yeah,
that
it was
stuff.
CD players were the most inconvenient pieces of shit ever to carry, and you could only have one CD unless you wanted to carry your CD case with you, which no one wanted to do.
Yeah, keeper, CD, yeah, CD holder.
Which was another inconvenience just to have in existence.
Yeah, I remember having in the car. My dad had the big binder of CDs,
Like the double
And that-
stack.
yeah,
Flipping through pages of CDs.
even more. No, he had even more. He had the freaking it was like a archive
Oh
of CDs.
my God.
It was like, and it was just like, oh my God. He's like, find this CD. I'm like, give me 5 minutes.
Yeah, like, oh, I gotta look through everything now. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then the same thing. What happened I remember when my dad got a car that had CD.
A CD player?
and it was
Yeah.
terrible. It was
Yeah.
awful. Pause didn't exist.
Yep.
It couldn't keep the. See, everything was like you could stop it, but then it was like stop and then oh, that's another thing that's quote unquote, if you want to say mind blowing now, is the fact that oh shoot, I'm driving way too fast on this road with no lines. It didn't remember where you left off. You got out of the car,
yeah.
and it was started to play at track 1.
Yeah, if you wanted to get back to where you were, you had to pause it, and then the disc would just spin all the time.
Yep.
And it was just like, once it was shut off, it back to track 1, start all over again. And then, oh god, yeah, there's so many things. So many things.
Yeah, so many things we look back on and we take for granted, but we didn't realize that things would get better. We thought we had
we thought that was it.
Stuff at the time.
The one thing I will admit though, CDs, when it comes to like going from track 8 to 9, they were so fluid. It would just boom, they would melt together. You wouldn't even be able to tell. The one thing that sucks is they still make like albums, on CDs. So when I'm streaming them on my phone, because that's what you do now with music. Yeah. When I'm streaming them on my phone and they blend the two songs together, like they start the beat in the other one and continue in the next, I had to wait for that gap, wait for it to start loading. So it's like it stops and there's like that dead silence for a while. You never got that with CDs. That's one thing that CDs has an advantage of.
Yeah.
So
see, that's the thing I like that, like, I hate iPods, but at the same time I like the fact that iTunes would recognize if the CD, like if you were ripping a CD, if it had gapless playback, which is exactly what you're talking about, where two songs connected, and then it would make sure that played when it played back on your iPod, gapless. Yeah. That was smart. Yeah. And they realized it was because of people with CDs, and people wanted that feature. Yep. Because it was exactly what you're saying. Oh man, this looks windy as hell. Why? Oh, because it kind of is. And my guy's yawning. Oh my god, what is this windy BS? What is this? I'm trying to get to Luxembourg and there's some windy BS.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Frick.
So we can move on to the next topic if we want. Let me see, where were we? We were on... Oh, what website do you visit the most?
Oh.
Well, I'm just trying to think, because we were talking about this before we started recording. These videos are going to come out post 5. It's pre 5 now. So if it's right now in time, probably Rockstar's website. Honestly, like looking at the screenshots that I've stared hours at, that's where I've been. My normal life before 5 was just about to come out. Well, that's a good question.
Well, that's exact. And you know what? And I hate to say it, and it seems like I guess kind of lame, but it's Google.
Google.
Yeah, and the reason I say that is because day to day, that is the site I use the most. Gmail, web search. I even use Google. I even browse Google News because it's like, I can get all that stuff in one place. Google image search.
Right.
Like, it is by far. I mean, if anything was to compile like a bunch of information about my life, it would be Google. They would have the most.
Oh yeah,
knowledge.
they would know. They know everything about you. They know everything about everybody.
Yep. That's correct.
mean, yeah, it's Google is I go to Google a lot, but you know what I think I go to more? YouTube. I think I go to YouTube more.
But that's technically Google.
It is, yeah, but different URL.
But I know what you mean. You mean yes, yeah.
So yeah, I would say if just normal life, not talking about 5, YouTube would be the thing. But then I'm always on, I'm looking at your guys' videos, I'm checking comments and whatnot and doing all that. But yeah, Google is probably the second one that I'm on all the time. Because if you want to know anything, if you need to know anything, if you want to look anything up, straight to Google. Always gets your answer.
Hence why Google is a word in the dictionary.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm waiting until Google just puts up a giant sign on Earth that says, property of Google.
Yep.
Google's just going to own the world one day. And you know what? At least Google does things right, so I would be perfectly fine with Google owning the world.
Yes.
If Google owned the world, I guarantee you that Google Fiber would be a thing to everybody.
everywhere. Everywhere.
That would be let's not get started about Google Fiber.
No.
On to the next question.
Hey, I just got excellent.
Oh, nice. No damage?
No crashes, no damage, nothing.
Awesome.
And I'm now a level 8 enthusiast.
Sweet. All right. We're back. We were going to finish the run. We're just a little bit of time, so not long at all. And we will continue with our questions after I try to get out of this. Actually, I'll just do it now since there's traffic. What's your morning routine?
To get online. Mine is off, but to get online and play.
That's what you do right when you wake up?
Skype. Pretty much, yeah. I don't do anything else right when I wake up. I put my glasses on, check my phone. That's like, I mean, that's because I wear glasses.
Yeah.
I check my phone out of habit. And to see if there's anything like, you know,
life-altering news.
Or, you know, I don't know. You know
right.
What I mean. And then I go and play games, record or whatever, and then I get around for work and go to work. I mean, it's...
Now, is that what you're talking... Like, you normally wake up at when? Your morning routine is like at 6 p.m. at night, isn't it? When do you normally wake up? Because you have an odd sleeping hours.
Well, yeah, no. I normally wake up at 4 a.m.
4 a.m.?
Oh, a little bit earlier than that, but yeah.
Yeah, so 4 a.m. and then you go to sleep at what?
God, 6,
7, yeah. It's a little different.
Maybe a little later. Because, you know, sometimes I don't always get that amount of sleep.
Right.
But no, I mean, my morning schedule, it's a little bit more complicated, but it's not that, you know, it's not that interesting. I like, get around and then I go and get into my car and, like, stop somewhere, like probably a gas station or something to get something to drink.
Right.
Like, that'll energize me for work and then go to work. And that's, you know, it's not that complex, not that interesting. It's mundane, to say the least.
Yeah, well, I mean, so is mine, but I kind of do the same thing. I'll wake up, I'll shower, walk my dog. When I get back, I'll make coffee, and then I will sit on my computer and drink my coffee and watch, like, whatever YouTube videos came out.
Yeah, I've done the same type of thing, too.
And then right when I'm done with my coffee, that means I'm done watching videos, and then I start, like, either recording or editing or doing whatever I need to do YouTube-wise. But everything before that, I sit there and I enjoy my coffee, and I, you know, take the time and wake up properly, you know, before I start working. Because I'm terrible at mornings. I hate waking up. I'm not a morning person at all.
Not a fan.
So I'm slow. I'm groggy. I'm just like, nah, don't talk to me. So I wake up slow, drink my coffee. That wakes me up, and then when I'm done, I'm just ready to do whatever. So that's typically my routine in the mornings. But then again, my morning starts at probably about 3 to 5 p.m. So it's quite late, and I go to sleep at anywhere from 5 a.m. to about 7 to 8 a.m. So, yeah, that's kind of a schedule of sleep. Not really, because that changes. I could change any night.
Yeah.
Some nights I don't even go to sleep. I just stay up all the freaking night.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm on an on-ramp or an off-ramp, or I would read the next question.